One of my guilty pleasures is buying and collecting games on Steam, and because of this pleasure I have a ton of games in my backlogs. Another pleasure I have is 100%ing games, so today I will be continuing to 100% my backlogs, and the next game up is Deathloop. Deathloop is an FPS where you guessed it, your player is stuck in a loop, and the only way out of this loop is to kill all the leaders on the island. Those leaders are called visionaries, and in order to do that, you have to solve puzzles by going to different locations in the game and connect the dots to find a way to kill all the visionaries in a single loop. In total, there are 58 achievements needed to 100% Deathloop, most being obtained by killing a boss or visionary a certain way, getting all weapons, completing mini challenges, and of course, some obtained by beating main story missions. Now, without any more delay, let's dive into the action. The game starts with your character dying and waking up on a beach. After walking to a nearby bunker, we find a little hideout that reveals who the visionaries we have to kill are. On our way out, we pick up a hackamajig, which we can use to hack most things on the island. We also find a door that needs a code to unlock, a code we need to find. So after going into a nearby cove, we find a house, and once inside, we find a lever we get told not to pull. So of course, after pulling it, we get captured by Juliana, who is the main visionary who is out to get us. She lets us go, but the only way out of the building is to jump out of the window, and by doing so, we get caught by ourselves, who tells us the code, then we get dropped to our death, sending us back to the beach, restarting the loop. Now, after finding the code, we can make our way past the locked door and find the exit, which start a cutscene where we get our first achievement, Good Morning Black Reef. We also get attached by this thing called a slab, which gives us ability that we unlock by defeating visionaries. Once the cutscene ends, we get put in the menus, where a tutorial shares about visionary leads. These leads are how we find ways to kill visionaries and set up killing them all in a single loop. This game kind of has a lot of hand-holding when it comes to figuring out how to kill visionaries, which I like and don't like at the same time. After figuring out our loadout, we go explore Updom, which is one of the 4 areas in the game. Our mission right now is to head to Colt's apartment, and this is where the game encourages us to play our way and pushes us to do whatever we want to get to the apartment. So I go slightly stealth to make my way up to the rooftops to the apartment, which inside, I click on everything with an outline, which gives me clues on stuff to do. Once done in the apartment, I went back to the tunnels to go to another area, the complex. The reason we are at the complex is to find out more about the loop. We had to sneak into a bunker and watch a video learning more about Black Reef and how the loop works. So with that done, I headed towards First Aid Rock to get the code to the safe in our apartment. While there, I made my way along the coast to a building that had clues about the code to the safe, so with that, I headed back to our apartment. Going back to Upton, we realized that with the time of the day changes, the map has some changes too, which is a fun gameplay mechanic. Once back to our apartment, we find out it ransacked and someone already opened the safe. Juliana then told us that we were too slow and have to get there before her, and in order to do that, we had to reach the end of the day and reset the loop. But as I went to leave, I got the achievement all the livelong day for surviving all time periods of the day. I then woke up on the beach again, grabbed the slab, and made my way towards my apartment. Opening the safe, realized that we have to kill all the visionaries in a single day to break the loop. Then another cult shows up and tells us where to start, Wenji's lab. We also get an achievement, Welcome to Black Reef, for finishing the lead the longest day. With the info we got from ourselves, we head to the complex to confront Wenji, another visionary. Wenji has an ability that lets her clone herself, so in order to take her down, I go gun blazing and kill all the clones, which isn't really taken care of yet. In order to finish her off, we have to pick up her residuum, so we pick up a residuum harvester and collect the Wenji's after images. After killing all the clones, we get the achievement Pieces of 8 for killing our first visionary. With enough residuum collected, we connect the harvester to an infuser and stand inside, shoot the button, and then get killed. But now we have the ability to harvest residuum, which are glowing objects found across Black Reef. With that, we finally beat the tutorial mode and get to start figuring out how to play the game. The first visionary I had my sights on was Harriet at Carlsbad, so I had to sneak my way into her hangar, get right behind her, and took her out. With her killed, I collected her after images, getting me the achievement Residual Earnings for collecting a certain amount of residuum. While in Carlsbad, I got invaded by Juliana, who I took care of, and after collecting her residuum, I got the achievement Dead Drop. With Harriet dead, I picked up her weapon that had the ability to shoot poisonous gas, which could be ignited, and after finding a victim, I got the achievement Cooking with Gas. I then made it back to the tunnels to upgrade my arsenal using the residuum I found. I infused the slab I got from Harriet, getting the achievement Forever Yours. Later, I went to Updam to find more leads, but got invaded by another Juliana. So after sneaking up behind her and taking her down, I got the achievement Nowhere to Run To. I was figuring out more leads in the complex and found out a way to get Igor to go to another location later in the day, and by completing that lead, I got the achievement Egorophobia. While exploring Upton at night, I came across a perfect opportunity to get the achievement Oops, where all I had to do was kick someone off of a cliff. But soon after getting this achievement, I got caught and died for the first time, getting the achievement Die, and Die again. One of the ways to kill another visionary, Frank, was to sabotage his fireworks show, and by setting that up, I got the achievement Baby You're a Firework. Another lead I finished was Afternoon Delight, where two visionaries are having a secret meeting, and by secretly watching them, I got the achievement Dangerous Lason. A slightly more complicated lead was to get Wenji to show up at the party at Upton at night. In order to set that up, I had to use this AI to send out a message every day that would get her attention, and by doing that, I got the achievement An Offer She Can't Refuse. Another achievement I got while sleuthing around was Know Your Enemy. I got this through finding all the clues about who Juliana is. While setting up my loadout to help me finish the game, I got the achievement Bling Bling Bang Bang for having a loadout that costs a lot of residuum. After going through all the leads and planning out how to kill everyone in a single loop, I got the achievement Beyond the Horizon and was ready to finish the game. So to put the plan in motion, I went to Carlos Bay in the morning to take out Harriet and sabotage Frank's fireworks. I also got the achievement Full Deck for having a full loadout. Then went to the complex to ruin Igor's experiment. Later, going to Frosted Rock to kill the lovebirds Charlie and Fia, which unlocked me the achievement Violent Delights for killing them with a single bullet, which I was able to do with the Nexus slab. After exiting the area, I got the achievement Only the Guilty for escaping after killing only the visionaries on a map. Lastly, I went to crash the party at Upton at night, sneaking up on Igor and Wenji, leaving Alexis for last. In order to cross him off the list and get an achievement, I had to kill him using a meat grinder, which may sound complicated to set up, but all you had to do is wait and push a button, getting the achievement Alpha Burger. With that, the only visionary left was Juliana, so after getting in a rocket and landing in her hideout, a cutscene plays, and we have to make a choice to kill her or to not to. I didn't because I wanted to see what would happen between her and Colt. So the game ends with us once again waking up on the beach, but Juliana is nice to us now. Oh, and I got the achievement One Perfect Day for completing the game. An achievement that most players miss is Played Again Colt, which you get for killing a visionary the day after finishing the game. So with the main story out of the way, it was now time to clean out the rest of the achievement list. Most of the achievements are from killing enemies or visionaries in a certain way, and of course collectibles. So to start up the cleanup, I got the achievement Chop Chop for killing 3 enemies with a machete in 10 seconds. Next was Sugar Crash for making an enemy slip on some candy. While I was going to get all the slab upgrades, I got the achievement Spare No Expense. One of the trickier achievements was Clean Sweep, which you get from killing everything in a time period and escaping. I did this at the complex at night because there are only a few enemies and Igor the Visionary. A simple achievement was Don't Mind Me, where you have to kill 3 enemies while using ether, which turns you invisible, and not alerting any enemies. Another tricky achievement was Didn't See It Coming, where I had to stealth my way into Fia's bunker and not get caught, because if you get caught, she nukes the place. I then got the achievement Ensemble Tragedy for killing Juliana again. I think I got this achievement now because I was playing in single player, but I'm not too sure. One of the things you spend residuum on is trinkets, which you put on your weapons and character. And after equipping 36 different unique trinkets, I got the achievement for every occasion. I was able to get the achievements, the GOD of OSP, Mightier Than the Gun, and Silent Disco by killing a visionary without any weapons equipped and without being seen. I did this on Egon because there isn't many enemies and an order was used to the layout of the area, which was the complex at night. Some of the leads in the game give you unique weapons like a sniper or a powerful shotgun, or a laser that can disintegrate enemies, and by using it on a visionary, I got the achievement Out Like a Light. A unique achievement, Post-Mortem Abstractionism, is obtained by killing an enemy that is using a paint bomb. To do this, I had to run circles around the enemy and eventually exploded them. One of the visionaries, Frank, throws out their slab, and for us to collect it, we have to kill the garbage collector, and after doing that, we'll get the achievement Garbage Day. An achievement that took me a while to get was Forward Pain, which you get after transmitting damage over 20 meters using Nexus. I got this after lots of trial and error, but finally got it. Another fun achievement to get was Rip and Tear, which you get for activating Havoc and going gun blazing on a group of enemies. Another silly achievement was for blowing up an enemy with a mine after switching places with them, which sends the enemy flying and giving the achievement Blink of an Eye. In Carl's Bay, there's a machine that will reward you with trinkets after collecting enough residuum, and the achievement Best of Both Worlds. Another achievement that sounds easy but isn't is Power Chord, where you have to kill Frank with a slab, but in order to get to Frank, you have to sneak through his club that doesn't allow for use of slabs through class passes. But after finding a way to get them back and putting a couple buckshots in the frame, we get the achievement. Also, after finishing a day with a class pass, we get the achievement, You Only Die Once. The achievement, Game Over, is attained through hacking into an AI to turn the tables against Charlie and have people kill him for us, which was kind of funny to do. An achievement I was surprised took me this long to get was Old Habits Die Hard for entering 0451 into a keypad, which is an Easter egg. The achievement, Not So Invisible Man, is obtained by killing Igor when his ability is nullified, which isn't hard to set up if you sneak behind him. One of the achievements that took me a while to get was Judgment Day by killing Harriet with poisonous gas. This achievement was extremely buggy and almost took me an hour to obtain. An achievement that was a fun challenge was Ghost of the Feast, where you have to kill 3 visionaries at Alexi's party without being seen. This achievement was fun to figure out how to kill everyone and leave no witnesses. The achievement Quantum Solution was obtained by killing all versions of Wendy's in 90 seconds, where you have to speed through our lab and kind of just gun everything down. Another achievement that was slightly buggy was Spoiled for Choice, which I got after infusing every weapon, but some weapons I did more than once, so it was really weird. One of the most fun abilities in the game is Carnesis, which lets you push people around, and there's also a fun achievement to get with it after holding 3 enemies in the air and headshotting them, getting the achievement Death is in the Air. Throughout the game, there are a collection of mini-games which leads to an achievement, like Charlie's Wake Up Challenge, where you have to run around the complex opening boxes, Reward Scheme, where you open boxes in Carl's Bay, the Moxie, which is an obstacle course bringing cheese by spamming slab abilities, Harlequin, a small scavenger hunt, which was slightly tricky, and finally the Yerva, which is a quiz that I looked up the answers to because I couldn't be bothered to learn about Black Reef. And after finishing all the minigames, we unlock the achievement, A Charlie Montague Game. One of the only tedious achievements in the game is where you have to go to every map at every time period and kill an enemy not wearing any clothes, getting the achievement Death Day Suit. One of the last achievements has to do with dying. You have to die in every way in the game, some being unique, like getting depressurized or blown up by a rocket, or just drowning or gunned down. So after jumping into a meat grinder, I got the achievement The Spice of Life. Onto the multiplayer achievements, which I was able to do with a friend because the online is the worst thing I've ever experienced. Thanks, Bethesda. While playing as Juliana, she gets a unique ability called Masquerade, and after using the on Colt, I get the achievement Dressing Down, and after killing Colt, got the achievement Nowhere to Hide. For the last achievement in the game, I had to kill every visionary without killing any regular enemies, which sounded really hard at first, but then all I did was just run through the level to kill the visionary and then just dip. But I got the achievement Cleanish Hands and 100% in Deathloop. With that, it marks the full 100% completion of Deathloop. It took me 1 playthrough and around 20 hours to earn all 58 achievements. The achievements for this game were pretty fun, but the multiplayer was horrible. On Steam, not many people have these achievements, so I would recommend this to brag about having achievements that not many people have. This game is fun to play through, but anyways, I have more games in my backlogs to 100%, so as always, thanks for watching and subscribe because more videos are on the way.